And hello everybody. Okie dokie. So, I need a bottom heater. And I've got absolutely no And hello everybody. So, what am I going to do about this?
Okie dokie.
Well, I've been through my scrap and I found something I think might do the trick. I need a bottom heater. And I've got absolutely no And hello everybody. So, what am I going to do about this?
Okie dokie.
I've been through my scrap and this, I'm hoping, is going to be the basis for my bottom heater. Now the observant of you will notice that it looks absolutely nothing like a bottom heater. It looks like one of those coffee machines. And yes, I did used to love filter coffee, but now it doesn't like me so much, tearing holes in me guts. So this is surplus to requirements, and as such makes a candidate for making a bottom heater for iPhone motherboards. So, first things first, let's be seeing if it generates the kind of heat that we need to make this happen. Excuse me for a second whilst I figure out where I'm going to plug this in so I can show you and test the temperatures. Now I do have a K-type thermocouple suitable for testing that I can attach to my multimeter, but unfortunately that is going to require direct contact and isn't going to give me the kind of information I'm really after. Right. So, let's be taking, control, wrong window. Where is my OBS? There we go. So what I need to know is, will this melt standard solder on its own? If so, it's no good. Or whether it will in fact quite happily just warm it up enough so as to make the soldering process easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, he says looking for the keyboard again, and can I zoom in or is that zoomed in as it gets? Oh no, going to take some standard solder and cut myself off a short piece because I don't want to waste this stuff. And then I'm going to coil him up a little bit. This is your standard leaded solder. And then I'm going to place that somewhere where the little camera can see it. I'm also going to take some low melt. And squidge that. Oh, come on, pressure. Right next to it. Okay, so that's our low melt. And then I'm going to take some more standard solder paste, because at the end of the day I need to know what the limits are for this thing. I'm going to take some and just pop it. Come on. Oh, I'll just get my fingers dirty. Come here, you. There we go. One nice blob of solder. Okay. Going to change so we can see what we're doing. And there's our 3 blobs of solder. I'm just going to flick the on button. Oop. So, here we go. We're on. And then I'm going to put the handy cam right next to it. Now, what I'm expecting to see is the low melt to start balling up, but the other two to do absolutely nothing. Oop. Best make sure that my handy cam is not getting melted. It's already getting up to temperature. Yes, I know, this is like watching paint dry. Oh look! Low melt. Low melt, we have a ball of solder. But the other two are pretty much as I put them down. This is a good sign indeed. I'm just going to wait a minute or two. And we seem to have reached a steady state where the low melt is still a little ball. The coil of standard leaded solder, however, hasn't changed in the slightest, and apart from drying out a little bit, the normal solder paste has also done absolutely nothing. Now this is what I need, this is what I want. And no matter how much I prod the solder paste, the standard leaded stuff, that is not balling up. And the standard leaded solder, well, that's not doing anything either. Good-o, we have a target. This thing looks like it's going to do what I need it to. So let's turn it off. Put that camera to one side. Unplug it and let's get into tearing this thing down. Because there's no way I'm fitting it under my microscope as it is. So modification is most definitely required. A little bit of tissue to Just get rid of the excess. Right, let's see what it takes to take this thing apart, shall we? Do we have screws? Yes, we've got screws. We've got two. Let's zoom out. Got two. One here and the other one over here. We might also have some hiding under the feet at the back here and here, which we do, and we might also have some under the front too as well. So here and here. So let's have those out. And we do indeed have a total of 6 screws to get the bottom of this off. So now let's get those screws out. Two down, 4 to go. How very tedious. Okay, so that's me stencils gone for a Burton. I'll pick those up in a little bit. So we're down to the last 2 screws at the front. And that feels good. And we're going to turn him over. Now then, let's see. Well, that's got us the base off. And we have all of our nice electricals. And what looks like 3 screws, one hiding down there, one hiding down here, and the other one down there. Hopefully this will allow us to take the top half of this off. It's even looking like right next to where I'm taking this screw out, there is a nice way to disconnect the boiling water from up the top. Now then, come on. Fiddly little swine. Oh well, I'll tell you what, it'll come out when I turn him upside down. So, next up, two screws down, one to go. Looking at it, it's looking like they used the one heater to do 2 jobs. Not only to provide the bottom heat to maintain the coffee temperature, but running through these orange pipes, potentially as the hot water generator as well. Oh, let's just turn this thing upside down. And there's the two that didn't want to come out. Now I'm going to work on the premise that these bottom two pipes are in fact the water boiler. So let's be having the clips off like so and like so. Bear in mind that this is still very warm from the testing I've just done. Cool, that does not want to come off there. Let's try the other one. No, that does not want to come off there either. Okay, so since this thing is never going to be a coffee pot again, I'm not adverse to simply cutting my way through this rubber. In fact, let's grab a scalpel and just simply slice through. There we go. One nicely released. Rubber hose. Now we do have this which is disappearing up and in, but I think that only comes to from there to the plug. I think this is actually our kettle or the equivalent thereof. So having taken the screws out that anchored it, ooh, that's warm. That's warm. It's looking like the top half of this really ought to come off now. There's something else still holding that in place. Oh, is that another screw? No. Thought I'd spotted another screw. Apparently not. Ah. Oh. Right, okay, I think I see what it is. And is that my flat-bladed screwdriver? No, I would seem to have misplaced my flat-bladed screwdriver. So we're going to continue as we started by using completely the wrong tools to get the job done. Ah, my metal spudger. And again, come on. Oh, there we go. We have lift off. And the remains of the coffee pot. And the piece that we're actually after. Let's turn him over and take a look and see how this looks. Still a bit cumbersome to fit under the microscope, so I could really do with if it isn't. Oh. That whole bit of plastic, this bit here, that's a good inch deep, looks like it's moulded. Otherwise, what I really want is just this bit here. Okay, let's make life a little bit simpler for ourselves. And remove the actual mains wiring. Oh. Okay. Now those are loose, I'm going to take the actual restraint off. Okay, so there's the cable restraint, which should mean I can now remove the mains wiring from this, like so. And I should be able to remove the chocolate block. With the one screw. Okay, so now we have that isolated. We can look and see what it takes. To actually cut this down to a usable size. Like I say, that step there is just too big for it to be sensible to go underneath the microscope and still give me a reasonable working area. But that's okay. We have the tools to make this happen. Fortunately, I do have a rotary tool. And as luck would have it, I've already got a cutting disc on it. So we're going to take our rotary tool and plug it in. Warning to all headphone users, this could get very loud. And just to say that again, headphone users, rest in peace. Let's be giving myself some more buzz power, shall we? Right, let's see how that's doing. Alright, okay, we do still have some spots. So we'll go through that again. Okay. Let's continue that cut all the way around. Now, that has given me some nasty build-up, making it increasingly difficult to actually cut to any depth. So let's just prise that off. Now, what did I do? Oh, snips. Right, that's much better. So, once again, actually, thinking about it and looking at it, I might just be able to go vertical there. Yeah, I might have wasted some effort there. Oh. And again. Now, from what I can see, it's only this Oh. We're almost there. We're actually being held. Okay, we're getting somewhere. And there we go. And there's our bit that's a bit too tall. Now, yes, that is going to need tidying up. But for now, let's see, where have I put it? Where's the base? Ah, yes. You know what? I'm not disappointed by that. That still gives me, and I might as well put them in now for the sake of argument. Four screws by which to put this thing back together again. And of course I've picked the wrong screwdriver for the job. Okay, one. Two. Three. And four. And now to figure out what I'm going to do about the electrical, because I really don't like this just hanging around loose here. And I don't like them facing up like that. I prefer them facing sideways. Unfortunately, the only bit of plastic that seems to work for is too thin. So let's take its feet, or at least the four that I've already put screws in. Oh, the temptation. I wonder if I can get a screw in like that. Let's see, shall we? This one's going to need the other screwdriver. almost. That's there fairly strongly. And now let's get some mains wired to it. Why do I think it would have been easier to do this before I screwed that in? Hindsight is 20/20 like that, you know. But still, just make sure I haven't killed anything. So, bottom is blue. Actually, let's just undo that for a second, just to make this job easier. Okay. Now let's get ourselves some mains. So the bottom is blue. Next up is ground. And then finally, the colour your shorts will go if you grab hold of this when it's actually powered. Live. Make sure those are nicely locked in before finally screwing the connector block into place. Okay, I will find a nice way of probably cable tying or zip tying that mains power down. But there you have it. You can usually pick this kind of coffee machine up for less than £1 at your local salvage place. Give it a go and see what you get. I'll feature this in forthcoming streams so you can actually see it in action. But for now, this is a 5-minute wonder. I wonder where the time went. Hope you enjoyed.